Have you considered the distinction between men who seek affection and those who simply wish to be seen? Then there is another type, the man who genuinely requires no one. He lingers in your consciousness not due to indifference, but because he is fundamentally self-possessed. And the truth is, freedom is something love can never fully capture. Welcome back to InspireX Motivation. If this is your first time here, we explore the complexities of psychology and love, translating them into insights relevant to daily living. Stay with us until the conclusion, as today we'll examine why the man who needs no one presents the ultimate challenge to love, and why women often stumble over this unspoken test without ever realizing it. 1. Emotional independence is magnetic. Envision two men. One spends his evening awaiting her reply. He checks his phone incessantly, worries over what he may have done wrong, and allows self-doubt to creep in, all because of her silence. His entire world seems to falter over a simple lack of response. Now consider the other man. She does not reply. He takes note, then resumes his work, heads to the gym, prepares a meal, perhaps contacts a friend, and rests soundly. He awakens the following day as grounded as he was before. That distinction, that is emotional independence. Emotional independence does not imply an absence of feeling. It is not coldness or detachment. It signifies that your emotional equilibrium is not dictated by another's mood or attention. And women perceive this energy immediately. The instant she encounters a man of this caliber, she recognizes she is engaging with something uncommon. Psychology offers an explanation. Human beings are instinctively drawn to stability. When you are emotionally stable, you project an aura of being centered, secure, and resilient. Women, in particular, are attuned to this quality, as it signals safety. A man who remains unshaken by emotional turbulence feels like an anchor amid chaos, and that magnetism is profoundly compelling. Here is the crucial point. It cannot be feigned. Artificial independence is easily detected. You cannot simply claim, "I don't care," when you truly do. Authentic independence is reflected in how you conduct your life. You do not panic when someone withdraws. You do not unravel when plans shift. You do not pursue external validation. Instead, your demeanor communicates, "I am already complete. You are an addition, not my foundation." And women test this, often unconsciously. They may pull away to see if you waver. They may offer silence to observe whether you plead. They may provoke you to gauge your self-control. But the emotionally independent man does not participate in these dynamics. He remains composed. He is capable of loving deeply, yet his well-being is not contingent on her presence. Reflect on this. What is more compelling? A man who crumbles without you, or a man who chooses you but does not require you? The latter, without question. Because the man who needs no one has already triumphed in the most vital struggle, the one within himself. He is whole, and that is what renders his love most valuable. 2. The rarity of non-neediness. Let us be candid. Neediness is pervasive in modern life. Browse social media, and you will observe individuals pleading for engagement, fixating on comments, fishing for recognition. Many cannot endure a day without some form of external affirmation. In romantic contexts, it is even more pronounced. Numerous men feel diminished without a woman's continual approval. This is why the man who does not need is exceptional. He is an outlier, and that rarity enhances his appeal. Observe, most men become anxious when she distances herself. They over-communicate. They over-explain. They seek reassurance. But the rare man does not. He does not panic. He does not attempt to purchase her affection with gifts or desperate gestures. He understands that his worth is not negotiable. His self-esteem is internally rooted, not dependent on her validation. From a psychological standpoint, this is significant. We assign value to what is scarce, and non-neediness is among the scarcest traits today. A man who is not emotionally reliant stands out immediately. He cannot be manipulated through silence. He cannot be controlled with attention-based tactics. That immunity can be intimidating, but it is also deeply attractive. Women test this subconsciously. They may withhold affection to see if he pursues. They may delay replies to see if he becomes unsettled. Most men fail. But the rare man remains steady, and that steadiness compels her respect, whether she acknowledges it or not. Non-neediness does not entail rejecting love. It means you elect to love rather than cling to it. You are unafraid to give, but equally unafraid to lose. That equilibrium captures a woman's attention because she intuits that his world does not orbit around her approval. And paradoxically, that makes her desire his approval all the more. In a world where nearly everyone hungers for attention, being the one man who does not, that is power. That is the kind of presence a woman remembers, because it is so uncommon she cannot forget it. 3. Feminine curiosity and the silent challenge. Every woman possesses her methods, her subtle tests, her patterns. She understands how to draw men in, through attention, through silence, through allure, and typically it proves effective. Most men yield, most men pursue, most men concede. But when she encounters the man who needs no one, suddenly her customary approaches fail. And that failure sparks her curiosity. Why does he not yield? Why does he not pursue when I withdraw? Why is he not swayed by beauty alone? These questions become a silent challenge within her. And the feminine psyche cannot resist a challenge. Psychology refers to this as the scarcity principle. When something is not readily accessible, we ascribe greater worth to it. This is precisely what occurs with the man who needs no one. He does not offer his heart indiscriminately. He does not provide instant access to his emotions. That selectivity positions him as a prize. And she feels compelled to earn it. This is not arrogance. He is not cultivating distance to manipulate. He is simply complete within himself. And that inherent wholeness requires her to engage with him on a deeper level. Suddenly, mere attractiveness is insufficient. She feels she must demonstrate that she is valuable enough to stand beside him. This is the silent challenge. It is unspoken. It is not imposed, yet it is palpably present. And it motivates her to invest more, reflect more, feel more, because she understands his love is not easily won. And that is precisely what makes her want it. 4. The power of detachment. Detachment is among the most misunderstood qualities. People hear the term and assume it signifies a lack of care, but genuine detachment is quite the opposite. It is the capacity to care profoundly without losing yourself in the process. A detached man can love wholeheartedly. He can be passionate, generous, and kind. But if that love becomes toxic, if respect evaporates, he can walk away. Not because he does not care, but because he values himself too much to accept neglect. Most men cannot do this. They cling, they plead, they tolerate disrespect to avoid abandonment, but the detached man does not. His strength lies in his ability to love without fear. He does not fear solitude, and because he does not fear it, he cannot be controlled. Psychology offers a straightforward explanation. Desperation erodes attraction. The moment you act from a place of fear, you relinquish power. But detachment preserves the purity of love. You give because you desire to, not because you must. And that conscious choice carries immense value. Women test for this as well. They may push boundaries, withhold attention, or even display disrespect merely to see if you will capitulate. But the detached man does not capitulate. He establishes a boundary. He communicates, I value you, but I value myself more. And that unspoken strength demands respect. True detachment means your love is strong, yet it never becomes a chain. And that freedom, paradoxically, inspires greater respect and desire. 5. Balancing safety and mystery. Consider this paradox. Women desire two qualities that appear almost contradictory: safety and excitement. Safety implies consistency, trust, reliability. Mystery suggests depth, unpredictability, and ongoing revelation. An excess of one without the other creates imbalance. Most men falter here. They provide too much safety and she grows bored, or they offer too much mystery and she feels insecure. But the man who needs no one naturally harmonizes both. His emotional stability, consistency, and respect make her feel safe. She knows he will not falter. She knows he will not become volatile under duress. That is safety. Yet, simultaneously, he never fully reveals himself at once. Not as a tactic, but because authentic depth cannot be unveiled in a single moment. He possesses layers, experiences, principles, boundaries, and that sustains her curiosity. Each time she believes she understands him, she discovers there is more. And that duality, safety coupled with mystery, is captivating. She feels anchored, yet continually challenged, secure, yet never finished exploring. This equilibrium is why the man who needs no one never becomes tedious. He is steady but not superficial, mysterious but not unstable, and that evokes something rare in a woman, trust intertwined with desire. 6. Love as an earned privilege. Fundamentally, the man who needs no one does not distribute his love indiscriminately. His love is earned, not expected. This does not mean he withholds affection to manipulate. It means he holds himself in high enough regard to offer his heart only to someone who demonstrates they can honor it. And that makes his love uncommon. When love is uncommon, it becomes precious. A woman who earns his love knows she did not receive it out of desperation. She received it because he selected her, from a position of strength, not weakness, and that selection transforms how she regards it. Psychology identifies this as the principle of invested value. We cherish what we have worked for more than what is simply handed to us. And when a woman strives to earn the love of a man who does not need her, she guards it fervently, knowing it was not freely given. It was not easily won. It was worth something. This distinguishes boys from men. Boys cast their hearts about, hoping someone will claim them. Men guard their hearts closely and offer them only to those who prove truly deserving. And when they do, that love forms the most resilient foundation possible, because it was never rooted in need, only in conscious choice. The man who needs no one does not evade love. He simply refuses to allow love to define him. And that is why his love, when finally given, carries the greatest value of all. So here is the reality. The man who needs no one is not cold. He is not arrogant. He is simply whole. And that wholeness is what renders him both irresistibly compelling and ultimately untouchable. If this resonated with you, feel free to like this video, subscribe to InspireX Motivation, and share your reflections below. For more profound, exclusive insights, consider exploring our membership for specialized content.